r/ask Reddit. What is the saddest truth about smart people? Most smart people never find meaningful application for their intelligence. In employment, generally underutilized. I love finding new, more efficient ways to get my job done. And I love being told no, we've always done it this way, once a week. As a person that was repeatedly told how smart I was growing up, 1. Without social skills it doesn't mean crap. 2. It easily turns into how you identify yourself and can wreck your mental health. If I'm not smart about everything, what good am I? 3. Smart is relative. I was a career nanny for 10 years. I worked for 2 families where the parents were doctors. One set especially, 2 extremely successful doctors, one anesthesiologist and a cancer research doctor. I saw their lives from the most intimate view due to working 50+ hours in their home with their children. But the saddest thing is that a lot of them are so smart that they stand out as the oddball in all non-academic situations. This is abundantly clear when watching them try to make connections with other, more of average IQ parents. They're almost just too brainy and awkward. I have to assume this is a lifelong struggle. It just seems isolating at times, I guess is my point here. Truly smart people can thrive if they have social skills. If they don't, you would never know they are smart. I think having excellent social skills and the ability to connect with others, empathize with others, and perform emotional labor is a type of intelligence that doesn't get enough credit. It's hard work. Having high emotional intelligence along with strong social skills really can seriously set smart people apart. Like if you are able to take a complex concept but can break it down and put it into a context the other person will easily get instead of presenting the concept at face value, which may seem foreign and incomprehensible, is a huge difference. Happiness in intelligent people is the rarest thing I know. Forgot where this is from. Smart people can often see the bad stuff coming and can also see that it really isn't preventable unless people can be convinced to change their behavior, and people can rarely be convinced to change their behavior. It's depressing watching negative events unfold that you predicted. More often than not, being proved right is really depressing. It's Ernest Hemingway. To paraphrase Socrates, smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences. Stupid people already have all the answers. Smart people are good at identifying problems. Normally they are not able to solve them because of outside factors. Smart people live in a world where everything is broken and no one will allow them to fix it. This kills me at work. We have a ticketing system at work that's vastly underutilized. We could improve our workflow by using templates for common issues, fix formatting problems, and importing info we have available. Brought the idea up to my boss, made a demo, and they said it's a good idea but takes too much paperwork to do. Never got to show them the demo, for fear of them rejecting the idea, then implementing it later and taking credit. So now I just use whatever tools I can make and keep it quiet. Being smart is a practice. You can have potential for intellectual aptitude, but your mind must be exercised. Too many smart people from high school childhood get out into the real world, are met with challenge for the first time, sink into their comfort zone, and then never do a smart thing again. This is really true, especially when they're rewarded for their products and not their efforts. That is understandable, and replicated in the adult world too, but it does make people surprised and at a loss when they encounter something they can't solve immediately or easily. That a high IQ will most probably get you a slightly better than average office job and the ability to solve the brain teaser in the local newspaper and not much more. Being smart isn't really that beneficial compared to being social, likable and courageous. I've come to realize that the most important thing to succeed in life is audacity. I'm smart but extremely anxious. I'm anxious about applying for jobs, talking to people, even using an umbrella when it's raining makes me embarrassed. I fully believe that you don't have to be rich or smart. The only thing you really need in life is to be shameless and you can do anything. That's why psychopaths often succeed in life. They don't feel shame, anxiousness or regret. They're able to lie their way through life and can make career moves that others are afraid to make. I know it's bad, but I kinda wish I could do the same. The ability to understand most possible outcomes and the consequences often leads to hesitation or inaction, as opposed to some who damn the consequences and just go for it. Analysis paralysis. The fact that growing up smart, or being told you're better or above average, leads to a burnout, anxiety, and depression. People don't like smart people, they like smart people giving them good results. Exactly, no one likes someone who is smarter than they are. They may tolerate them if they are useful. That smart people usually overthink stuff more than rather just do it. Analysis paralysis. That the truly smartest people probably, not always, won't be recognized. The smartest person you've ever met probably wasn't actually the smartest person you ever met. They probably just conformed most to what you think being smart means. The guy everyone would pick as the smartest at my job is just really good at that job. Ask him real life problems and he's ducked. We all have our arena of expertise. Most people aren't just overall smart. I've been told that I am extremely smart. In reality, I am a generalist. I know a small bit about a lot of things. I have had numerous different types of work experience starting at a very young age. It makes me seem like a know-it-all anytime I try to have any conversation. Lots of failed friendships, co-workers, and relationships. This, just because I have a little bit of knowledge about a lot of things. People think I'm smart. I have a short attention span and enough intelligence to pick things up quickly. Doesn't make me some kind of super genius. It just means I get bored with things quickly and move on to the next thing. Over the span of nearly 40 years, that adds up to a lot. Jack of all trades, master of none. If they ever admit that they are intelligent, they are automatically viewed as an arrogant a-hole. Very often smart people expect the world to make sense and figure they will be better at working the system, whichever system that may be. Unfortunately, the real world is very random, rarely makes any sense and is run by people that rarely are very smart. Having high intelligence make you think a lot and very fast, which is often good, but if you get anxiety, now you have turbo anxiety. Constant and multiple thoughts that never cease. One thing I see pretty often is that dumb people tend to think they're smarter than they are. Smart people don't seem to realize how smart they are. This is called the Dunning-Kruger effect and applies to like anything that requires any sort of skill or competence. Intelligence is often paralyzing, and if intelligence is paired with a pessimistic mindset, you'll probably never live up to your potential. I'm in this comment and I don't like it. They spend most of their lives unable to escape from the realization that people can in fact be very shitty and probably don't mean what they say 9 times out of 10. Logical people think others are logical too, but they rarely are. And yes, maybe if you understood their true motivations, then what they do is logical, but being smart does not mean you are a mind reader. They will tend to overanalyze and obsess over minor details that most others would not have thought about or cared. Being smart doesn't make you immune to bad ideas, just better at defending them should you buy it. That folks of average or lower intelligence, wrongly, tend to assume they can never be smart people, or else that they never really need to be, so they don't seriously try. They know too much about how the world works and how terrible everything really is. No ignorance is bliss for them. You can be smart and stupid at the same time. I used to be friends with someone who was incredibly clever academically, but managed to set herself on fire making toast. That having social skills, being friendly and likable is something much more worth than intelligence in this world. Smart people often aren't good at these things, therefore they often make worse in life than a stupid but socially skilled person. People with higher IQs are more likely to suffer from mental illness, like mood and anxiety disorders. They also tend to think a lot, and research suggests that inner speech is generally negative and lowers mood. It basically seems like thinking things through, the primary weapon of an intelligent person, may slowly wear away at their mental health. Being genuinely smart is isolating. Seeing things further than others, or in greater depth, means you often talk on a topic at different levels than others can engage at, which is frustrating as duck. Bosses are going to be threatened by your intelligence in many cases. Partners are going to blame you for being an a-hole when you attempt to explain things. Friends will avoid you unintentionally in group gatherings since you don't seem to fit in properly. In the end, you either accept that you'll rarely make a deep connection with people around you, or you end up isolating yourself when there isn't a need to be around others. Not always. And occasionally you meet someone just as smart or smarter, but then you just have to hope they are also a nice person, because smart or not, most people are dunce. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.